What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another Cyberpunk 2077 guide. Now, right now, I will be showing you guys one of the best methods to get epic, rare, and legendary item components, as well as upgrade components there too. So before we get started, if you happen to find this video helpful, leaving a like and subscribing will be the best way to keep up with new content, new guides, new gameplay, and so forth. We also have a Discord server coming very soon that I'd love for you to be a part of, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so what I want to point out here first is obviously the components. So for your components, you're going to have obviously a left side and a right side. The left side is going to be item components that you need to actually craft different things. And then on the right side, you're going to have upgrade components, which allow you to upgrade things from, let's say rare to epic or legendary and so forth. Now, of course, as you can already see with the numbers, the items that you need, the item components to craft certain things are going to be usually significantly less than the upgrade components because you're going to be crafting more than you're usually going to be upgrading. Now, as far as common item components and uncommon item components, you can actually get these very easily by going to the vending machines that are right side of your apartment in the hallway, and then going ahead and buying the $10 or 10 Eddie Nicola cans, and then breaking those down or dismantling them or disassembling them, whatever you want to call it. And those will actually give you a ton of common and uncommon item components. I actually use this method to get a ton of money early on in the game. I'll go ahead and put that video in the description below if you guys still don't exactly understand how that works. Now, I will point out that the common item components you're going to need quite a bit of because you're going to need to be crafting a certain grenade for this to actually work. So you're going to need quite a bit of these. So again, if you haven't had a chance to, gather a bunch of these up, go ahead and check out that video below and it'll show you how you can get a bunch of these, but you can also make some money on the side. Now, with this method, yes, it is going to cost rare item components, epic item components, and legendary item components. What you're going to notice is that even though you're spending these, you're usually going to double these at the end when you're done. So we'll be able to go from 97 to, let's say, 110, and it's going to be able to do that every time that you follow this process. All right, so moving over to our character. So technical ability is what we're going to be focusing on. As you can see here, mine is level 20. Honestly, you only need this at level 18, so don't worry about having that at level 20. But inside of here, there's quite a few different perks that you're going to need to make this work. So I do hope you have some perk points available. Now, what we first need, of course, is True Craftsman. This is going to allow you to craft rare items, and it's going to open up all of these other ones. Moving on from True Craftsman, you're also going to need Mechanic. This is going to gain more components when disassembling. This is going to be very important. Also, you want to make sure that you have Workshop maxed out. This is going to give you a 15% chance to gain a free component of the same quality as the disassembled item. Also, we want to make sure that we have Cost Optimization, which is going to reduce the cost of crafting items by 30%. This is going to be real big. Make sure you max that out as well. We're also going to need Grease Monkey to make sure that you can craft epic items. And then last but not least, Edge Runner Artisan, because the final item that we're going to be crafting and then disassembling is going to be a legendary item, so make sure that you have this here. Now, if you're short on perk points, what you could obviously do here is, I'm not really sure if you need Grease Monkey, before you can actually craft legendaries, because we're going from crafting a, common item to then crafting a legendary. So you might be able to skip this and then just focus on these ones, which is going to be 6-7 perk points right there. Okay, so moving on to the crafting process of what you need to do. There's going to be two main crafting items that we're going to be focusing on. The first one is going to be Ozob's Nose. This is going to be a legendary grenade that you get from a side job. And again, if you don't have this unlocked, I will put that side job in the description below. It'll point to a video that'll show you where you can get that side job at. And then of course, after you finish that side job, you will have this blueprint available. Anyways, if you look at the grenade, it's going to cost 1 FGX frag grenade, 1 rare item components down from 2. Epic item components is only going to be 1, and then of course 1 legendary item component. So even though you're spending this, again, usually after you spend this and you make quite a few, when you disassemble this grenade, you're actually going to be doubling these usually. So for instance, if I spend 19 of these each for these 3 ones, I'm usually going to get back roughly like 29 of them. So you're going to be pretty close to doubling this every single time that you do it. And of course, if you have enough to start with, you're never really going to have to worry about anything else besides the common components that you need to really go ahead and craft these FGX frag grenades. Now, going all the way to the bottom, I'll show you guys here. this is where your FGX frag grenade is, and this is a common item, so you should have this already unlocked. Now what you need to do is craft quite a few of these, and I'll show you guys an example. But as you can see here, instead of costing 8 common item components, it's going to cost 5 because of our perks. Okay, so going back up to the grenade, I want to make sure that we're keeping track of the components so you guys can see that this does actually double it every single time, and you're always going to get back your investment plus more when you're disassembling this. The only thing you need to worry about are the common item components, and again, you can get those from disassembling the cans of Nikola that come out of the vending machines. Either way, let's go ahead and craft 15, and then I'll show you guys the numbers afterwards. So before you even start disassembling, what you'll notice is that my numbers don't really subtract right. And again, that's because of our perks. So some of these, we kind of saved some actual components on some of these. So we should have less legendary item components, less epic, and then less rare as well. However, let's go over to our inventory and I'll actually show you guys what we have here. So we have 15 grenades, and then on the left side you'll see that we're going to get rare, epic, and legendary item components and upgrade components as well. So the upgrade components are just going to come as a bonus to this, but let's go ahead and disassemble all of these, and then we'll go ahead and show you the difference in numbers from what we have. Alright, so don't worry about doing the math because I already did it for you. So for the rare item components, we went from 471 to 503, which means we have 32 additional now. For the legendary, we went from 94 to 103, so that means we have a plus 9 of those. And then for the legendary, we went from 115 to 124, meaning that we made a plus 9 of those as well. So these will usually be the same number, however many that you get back, as long as you have the exact perks that I have. So again, you can do this process. You're always going to have more rare item components, epic item components, and legendary item components than when you first started. And then of course, you're also going to have all of the upgrade components thrown in there as a bonus. Especially, you're going to get a lot of legendary upgrade components, just to let you know that. Again, the only thing you're going to need to worry about is the common item components, which of course are very easy to obtain. And if you have some spare change, instead of, disassembling the Nikola cans, you can actually just go and buy these. So I do hope that you found this guide helpful, and if you did, leaving a like and subscribing is your way of showing appreciation. Now, of course, you can also join our Silverbakk community, which has a Discord server coming very soon. I do want to thank you guys so much for watching all of the videos lately, and I will be continuing to put more Cyberpunk 2077 videos out very soon, so be on the lookout for those. And as always, you guys enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.